and closed off. DYA Director Melanie Brennan.
The other remaining 300 some have been divvied up and are in some type of work with Child Protective Services, either being case managed properly now or just being referred for additional support services, or some are still under investigation.
But when the Department of Youth Affairs began addressing the backlog, that didn't mean there was a halt to new cases coming in.
We wanted to make a real effort at trying to see if it was possible to not create a backlog with incoming cases.
And it was possible. Thanks to CPS retiree volunteers properly addressing the backlog, DYA and current CPS social workers were able to attend to new incoming referrals. Another matter they had to focus on was getting more bodies to fill vacancies within the department. It's been known that CPS has a high turnover rate due to the job's nature. 2 individuals were hired a couple of weeks ago, and another 3 start at the end of the month.
Our work with incoming social workers assigned to Child Protective Services, we have to do our best to properly onboard them, not to throw them into the fire, but prepare them, give them, the skills, the coping skills and interviewing techniques that they need.
But one particular issue Brennan has expressed from the beginning is the high demand for foster parents. There are currently over 400 children in some level of foster care and only 40 registered foster families. She predicts that number to climb another 100 by the end of the year. Due to the island's strong kinship relationships, they make sure to exhaust all efforts and rely heavily on relative placement before making the decision to put a child in foster care. Those interested in becoming a foster parent can contact 475-2653. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Let's get you up to speed now with the goings-on at the Guam Memorial Hospital, because after moving long-term care patients out of the skilled nursing facility over in Barragata Heights and over to the Catholic Social Services facility, Agency Administrator Lillian Posadas reports that the patients and residents made their way back to Barragata Heights recently in a safe, smooth, and successful transfer. Switching to more administrative concerns, Posada says the hospital authority has paid out the traveling nurses who came to aid GMH during the height of the pandemic. She also says that the payment was made from GMH's operational funds and that they are currently awaiting reimbursement from FEMA. In other news tonight, when you've set yourself up along the Tumon Strip, you focus on the market at hand. But since the pandemic, the folks at Cafe Gucha have had to switch things up. Here's Peter Santos with more.
Right along the Tumon Strip, you'll find a fairly new cafe that has a lot to offer, including the only organic coffees and loose-leaf teas on Guam. But just as with any business, the course of the pandemic has been one roller coaster of a ride. And with being in business just a little over a year, the pandemic left Cafe Gucha a little off balance, just as they thought they were starting to get their footing. Manager of Cafe Gucha, Ashley Welch.
It's been a constant battle of adjusting. And at first it was for tourists, to get the tourist market, and then it was slowly going up and building and building and building to a point where we felt like we were doing pretty well. And then, it did hit and suddenly no tourists. So to go from kind of trying to build our base around a certain market and then to suddenly have that fall through completely, almost completely. It was kind of definitely a struggle.
With most of their business relying on tourism, as soon as the arrivals stopped flowing in,
we just shut down because, part of it was for safety and part of it there was absolutely nobody outside.
Welch says they've since refocused their marketing strategy towards a different customer base.
Local market, they really kept us afloat with their support and I guess just marketing towards them, like through social media and other ways to really catch their attention, because without them we would definitely not be open. For now, just focus on what we do have and how to keep customers coming back.
And although they didn't have high hopes upon their initial reopening, through local support, things up ahead are looking a bit brighter.
Adapting is the name of the game when it comes to any kind of business, and it's definitely unfortunate, but we pulled through, and I think we're going to pull through. I want to say we're definitely very optimistic now, and with tourism coming back and hopefully everything kind of slowly opening up again, I think we're on a course to being okay.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.
Got a bit of a history lesson for you now. It was on March 23rd in the year 1950. The World Meteorological Organization was established, and on Tuesday morning, a proclamation was signed recognizing World Meteorological Day. This year's theme is the ocean, our climate, and weather, aligning with the WMO's focus in connecting the ocean, climate, and weather. Makes sense. National Weather Service and Weather Forecast Office in Tizen is the only local and official source for weather forecast and hazards information for Guam and the CNMI, and works closely with its Weather Services Office in Palau, the FSM, and the Marshall Islands. Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio had more to say about this momentous event and what it means for those who dedicate their lives to tracking, forecasting, and bringing you and I what Mother Nature has in store.
Several years ago, when I was the administrator of the court, I had a great opportunity to go on a field trip to your offices up there in Tizen, and I was able to see the launching of the weather balloon. And it really gave me insight into the enormous area that the Pacific region covers. It really is phenomenal the way that you've been able to integrate the technology along with the science that all of you bring to the island and share with all of our jurisdictions.
Present for the virtual ceremony were various representatives from the Weather Service offices from our neighboring islands. And congratulations to our friends over there. They do very good work. Well, March, of course, is Mes Tomorrow, and we've brought back our popular Culture Club segment, in which we highlight local ambassadors of local culture who are preserving our culture through their craft and teachings. This week's inductee is our good friend, Master Weaver Tomas Torres.
Off a day, my name is Tomas Torres. I am a cultural weaver for Guam, made out of coconut leaves here. I've been weaving pretty much when I was younger, about maybe 5 or 6 years old. My grandma is the master weaver, Tana Lucia Torres. I also learned from my mom, my dad especially. He's the one that pushed us to learn our culture, because it's a dying trait and not too many people know how to do it. I could say I've been trying to perpetuate our culture, teaching to our young ones, my nieces and nephews, my kids. I also like to spread the talent and share with everybody. With the leaves, yes, I'm not surprised how long the leaves actually can get. The longer the leaves, the bigger the object you can make. You can make a bigger basket, larger hat. I just hope we find a solution for this rhino beetle and keep our coconut trees safe. With the ball cap, this is a new fashion compared to the older model hat. A friend of mine came up who came back from the States and asked me, "Hey, have you ever tried making a ball cap?" I've never thought of it. So I gave it a try. A lot of trial and error, but one day we got it. It's maybe something new, a little bit of try to infuse with the old version style of a hat style here. It's just pretty interesting trying to create new things. For me, I would say that it's really important to learn. For me also to pass down the weaving to the young ones, because it is a dying art, and I just hope that in the future a lot more people will take interest in trying to learn their culture. You may not be tomorrow, but you're into the weaving itself. So for a person that's not part of the same culture, but they really took a big interest in weaving. So sharing is caring, and That's always a good thing, to share our knowledge with anybody who wants to learn. My name is Thomas Torres, and I am a member of KUAM Culture Club.
All right, my friends, please stay tuned because we have got trend spotting, we have got sports, we have got birthday shout-outs, more show coming up right after this, so please stay tuned.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
The Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce presents Fanatsu Famalawan, Women Rising, on Thursday, April 8th. This virtual conference will reach you wherever you are, featuring international experts and thought leaders sharing their stories. Experience on-demand sessions, masterclasses, and conversations to inspire and empower. Register today. Fanatsu Famalawan, Inspiring Innovation, April 8th at GuamWomen'sChamber.com. Special thanks to our change agents and our other community partners.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's the weekend, Tatlo, and we're back to cover the stories that got you talking this week, and that includes more COVID. So let's get to it. I'm Peter Santos, and this is your Trend Spotting Report. Nihi.
Let's start with the good news. COVID-19 vaccine eligibility age dropped to 16 this week. The Vaccine and Antiviral Prioritization Policy Committee announced the expansion. However, minors don't have a choice between the vaccines. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is the lone product recommended for those under 18, while Moderna and Johnson & Johnson aren't. So are you a teen who needs a vaccine? You'll need to be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian and provide government-issued identification to validate age. The parent or legal guardian will also be required to sign a consent form on behalf of the minor to receive the vaccine. And checking in on social media, Daniel.7G said, "Cool, we should play sports." And now to the not-so-good news. COVID-19 variant cases have surfaced on island. Public Health confirmed the more contagious COVID variant has been around for at least 3 months. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero detailed the situation in a news conference, saying the strain came from California and were found in samples sent to the CDC in January. 7 samples so far out of 26 returned, and 49 total returned positive for the variant, and the variant is known to be 20% more transmissible. Of the 7, 4 were in the community from people who had no travel history. The other 3 were found in quarantine.
We are going to stay the course, and we are going to continue with our direction of May 1st to have 50% of our people vaccinated, and then hopefully by July 21st to have 80%. So we are going to remain the course, and once we start seeing more vaccinations, we are still going to continue with the plan on our quarantine protocol.
Now, Governor Leon Guerrero doesn't sound too worried, but we took a poll and asked if you were. 77% of you said yes, you were worried, while 23% said no. Over in the comments section, Veronica BC said all the more reason to continue wearing the mask, social distance, and wash your hands even if you're vaccinated. And Odessa Manly Ekfanji Palacios wrote, "If it's been here for the last 3 months and our numbers are still very low, is that an indication that Guam residents have been doing a phenomenal job social distancing, wearing a mask, and hand washing? This just might be good news." And this week, sad news from the Republican Party of Guam, which announced the passing of its National Committee woman, Margaret McDonald Glover Metcalf. Metcalf was a businesswoman, wife, and mother affectionately known as Auntie Puddin'. She also served as the director of the Washington office of the governor of Guam in former Governor Eddie Baza CALVO'S administration. The GOP release stated, quote, "In her time in Washington, D.C., she led many initiatives that improved the lives of all of Guam's people, but most especially the most vulnerable, the veterans, the war survivors, the youth, and our precious Manumku." According to a Republican press release, quote, "We extend our sincerest condolences to her husband Chris and their 2 sons and families. Our island lost a staunch fighter and advocate. She will be deeply missed," end quote. Over on social media, so many of you shared your condolences, including Christina Osman, who wrote, "RIP, thank you for your contribution to the people of Guam." And Ignacio Ekfaji commented, "Condolences and prayers to the family members. May the perpetual light always shine on her in the kingdom and valley in heavenly paradise. Amen." And leaving on a lighter note, we're hitting the beach with two outstanding Guam surfers making big waves. Jared Gogwe and Irie Fitzgerald continue to chase their dreams of becoming professional surfers stateside. They both recently competed in the same surf competition in California. Jared placed second in the Western Surfing Association contest in Oceanside. Irie placed third in her first WSA event in Huntington Beach. Fitzgerald says her career has taken off since leaving Island and has over 50,000 followers on TikTok. Gogwe has a few more tournaments lined up. He will be competing in the WSA and WSL events in the coming months.
Be sure to catch us on our social media platform to watch the full interview. I'll let you get back to your weekend. Until next week, adios.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. CALVO'S Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Through the month of April, KUAM News and the KUAM Care Force features Sustainability Matters, building awareness for environmental issues, highlighting activists, and showcasing businesses and individuals making a difference in our community. Watch a special series on Mondays on KUAM News featuring different aspects of thinking green in our community. Awareness messages on every platform, giving you tips for leading a more sustainable lifestyle. The Dirty Politics Weekly feature with The Link live on location with Chris and Sabrina, visiting different villages with political leaders and addressing environmental problems in our community. And this year, the Think Green annual cleanup goes virtual. Organize your community cleanup, post and tag with hashtag ThinkGreenGuam, and we'll feature your cleanup on our multimedia platforms and in a special montage on KUAM News Weekend Edition during the last weekend in April. Sustainability Matters, part of the KUAM Care Force's commitment to our community. Presented by Green Energy Solutions, Inc.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage, with generations of Filipinos calling Guam home. KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by the Bank of Guam and KFC.
Teason High faced Academy in their last regular season game of the year at the Teason Field. After leaving a runner on, the Cougars took to the field for defense in the bottom of the first inning. Janae Terrier scored the first run of the ball game for the Titans after getting on base with a single. Rachel Santamaria ripped a 2-run double to give Teason the 3-0 lead. Pitcher Janae Harris brought home another run off an RBI single. Kayla Farron was hit by a pitch to load the bases for Rachel Santamaria. Santamaria hit a double to score another run. Teason ended the inning scoring 4 runs to lead 8-4. Teason went back up 16-15. The Titans led 20-16 in the top of the 7th. Academy scored 3 runs in their last trip to the plate, but fell short, losing 20-19. In IIAG Beach Volleyball, the girls are heading into playoff mode this week, while the boys are playing their last games of the regular season. The season has been running smooth. Games have been competitive and well worth the wait.
It's been a great season so far. Of course, we've been waiting so long to do sports, so it's great to see the kids out here playing. Like you said, it's been really smooth. Everything's been running on time. The kids, the coaches, and now that we are allowed to have some spectators, have been really great about following the protocol and checking in and keeping their distance and all that stuff. So it's been great, and the competition has been really good this year.
Boys East League cross country over at Ukudu, GAA, and the Bulldogs, both 4-1 heading into yesterday's meet. 6 runners from each team hit the course. Coach Dave Macaluso says that Ukudu placed second at the last All-Island meet, losing to St. Paul by 3 points. There are 4 juniors, 1 sophomore, and a freshman on the team this season, so it's rebuilding time for Ukudu. The future is bright with the young prospects he has this season. GAA with a lot of size on the team, able to stay stride for the first half of the race. Angels runner Josh Helm turned it up during the last leg of the course to finish first overall at 20:57. Second was Samuel Jung at 21:06. Ukudu's Jadrian Huko came in third. Girls high school volleyball in the junior varsity division of the East League. The Ukudu Bulldogs had home court advantage against Guam Adventist Academy. Bulldogs looking for their first win of the season against the 4-3 Angels. Big thank you to GAA Athletic Director Gina O for helping out with the results. It was the visiting Angels squad who walked away winners in straight sets, 25-21. 25-11. GAA will take to the court tomorrow against the Islanders at 5:30 at JFK. Turning over to some tennis news, the 49th Chamorro Open Tennis Tournament drew 66 entries for singles competition to kick off the tournament. Skilled doubles will take place this weekend at the Guam National Tennis Center in Harmon, March 26th through the 28th, starting with 2.0 through 9.0 skilled players. Over 60 matches are scheduled for this weekend. Anyone interested in joining future competitions can contact Tournament Director Michelle Peng at 971-0082 or email Michelle at gntf.org. Remember to pack some snacks, hydrate, and bring sunblock. Boys IIAG High School Beach Volleyball regular season is coming to an end at the GFA courts. St. John's facing Guam High. Panthers Owen Hofschneider and Julian Peralta taking on Knights players Masato Rabago and Matthew Sevilla. Sevilla gives the Knights a 4-1 lead with an ace in the first set. Hofschneider comes up with a block at the net to help keep the Panthers in the game. Guam High scored 6 points to tie the set at 8. Peralta would later tie the set at 11 with an ace of his own. ND freshman Masato Rabago played big late in the set, coming up with a pair of aces and a couple of kills. St. John's led 16-13. Panthers down 18-13, calling a timeout to regroup. Matthew Sevilla's ace put the Knights ahead 20-14. The Panthers went on to score 2 points before falling 21-16, losing the set off a serving error. Guam High jumped out to a 5-1 lead as Hofschneider came up with an ace early in the second set. St. John's made a short run, winning a few good rallies to tie things up at 6. It was all St. John's after a 12-12 tie. Masato put down a kill and followed it up with an ace. Sevilla's back-to-back aces at the serving line gave the Knights the 18-13 lead, the largest of the set. St. John's went on to take the match with the 21-15 second set win. Team Matau head coach Carl Dodd released his preliminary 32-man roster ahead of the team's final 3-round 2 matches of the Asian qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 and AFC Asian Cup China 2023, set to be played in a centralized format in China PR. For our program to continually improve, we need to ensure that we have players that embody the island playing style and our values, Dodd said. Dodd is expected to cut down the preliminary roster to a final roster of 23 players who will comprise the team's traveling squad by the end of May, with the exception of a handful of matches before the end of this month. All other remaining matches in the Asian qualifiers also will be played in a centralized format. Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Japan, United Arab Emirates, and Korea Republic will all play host to their respective groups matches between May 31st and June 15th.
Whether you use your truck for work or play, you can count on Ram Trucks. Built to deliver today and built to deliver for many years to come. Here at Cars Plus, it is Ram Truck Month. where you can get the best deal on a new Ram 1500 starting at a new low price of $31,995. You can call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com and schedule your test drive today.
No waiting in line to see your doctor or to pick up your medication. From tips to living a healthier lifestyle, nutrition and fitness, to the latest wellness trends, stay healthy by checking in for your weekly dose of health news on Health Check every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
All right, guys, it's been a while since I've anchored the news, but birthday shout-outs always feels like home. So here are tonight's celebrants. Weekend birthdays are especially cool because you have 48 whole hours to celebrate the awesomeness that is you. So happy Saturday birthday to Jane and Jean. Happy birthday to our dingas from the Torres and Jones clan, getting Guam Zan Saipan. And happy Sunday birthday on March 28th to Kiara Sanchez. You're finally legal, your family says, and they also add, we love you so much. And Shaylin Aiko, happy birthday number 10 to my baby girl, we love you. Hope all of you have fantastic island weekends and fantastic birthdays. All right, everybody, that is going to do it. That's our time here on the show, but please continue to take care of each other, be good to each other, make smart decisions, and please stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you next time.